So recently my girlfriend, she called me a cuck.
This is what you do. You take whatever blue pill bullshit you're reading, then you build a fucking bonfire in the living room. Then you put it out by pissing all over it and marking your territory. She needs to shut the fuck up and take a backseat.
Would you say you'd be able to hold a 5-pound dumbbell like this for a while?
Like that?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could, but I do have...
You do like archery and shit? Like you got good aim?
Yeah, I got... All right, you know what? Excuse me, it's got to...
Yo, hold on. Yo, we got our shooter locked in still. We're good.
Welcome back to another episode of Nemsworld Uncut, brought to you by Content Day. Today we have a very hilarious man on the show, Brian Herzog, up-and-coming comedian and content creator from Toronto. Welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
Show. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing wicked.
What's new?
Just making videos and just rocking.
Yeah,
non-stop.
well, let's chop it up and let's get into that, because I see you blowing up as a food reviewer by accident.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm blowing up, but it was nice to find like an avenue of videos that you can do regularly.
Yeah.
And not have to be like performing and acting. So I did sort of stumble into it, and now I'm just doing it, try to do like one a week.
How you got started and kind of where you're going type of things.
I'd say I got started just like goofing around, just wanting to make skits. I think like in high school, I kind of dabbled here and there with making skits, but back then it was on like videotape.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as easy as it is now. And then in university, I started doing some theater classes.
Yeah.
Just because I started realizing like, I don't know if I want to do like the office kind of office lane of work. And I enjoyed that, and then after university, I started doing Second City. I did all like those kind of classes, and then the conservatory, and
Second City gang, let's go, bruh.
Yeah.
I did some classes. Yeah. Okay.
At this point, everyone's done some Second City classes, but they had a thing called Naked Fridays. It was like a Friday show, and they would give you a word, and then for the next week's show, you have to have a 60-second video created around that word.
Okay.
So that's when I started to like.
So it wasn't like a swingers party?
No, well, at least I wouldn't videotape those. So recently my girlfriend, she called me a cuck.
Do you read books?
Yeah, I've read some books.
This is what you do. You take whatever blue pill bullshit you're reading, then you build a fucking bonfire in the living room. Then you put it out by pissing all over it and marking your territory. She needs to shut the fuck up and take a backseat.
That's pretty heavy. She is asking me to do a lot of chores and things like that.
Are you a man?
Yeah.
This is what you do then. You bring home an escort and you start making out with her in front of her. She might run away, but she'll come crawling back, trust me.
That's interesting. She also has been trying to get me to watch a lot of these like romantic movies and stuff.
You replace those romantic movies with animal mating ritual videos and show her that nature is the true teacher of romance. And if that fails, bring home a wild boar.
Like an actual wild boar?
Preferably a wild boar. Then you slaughter the boar in front of her in the front yard for your whole neighborhood to see who runs the fucking block. That'll teach her.
I gotta say, a lot of this is out of character for me, but I'm willing to try. I think that's great advice.
That's why I'm here.
Thanks, Gord.
No worries.
Hey.
Oh, God. Hey, big dog.
What's good advice?
Nothing, we're just chatting it up.
Oh, you're chit-chatting again, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is he?
That's the owner of the studio. Big dog.
Look at this. A fucking drum. I always wanted a drum.
Whatever you want, big dog, whatever you want.
Yeah, you know what? I want this. It's mine now. This my drum, baby.
All right.
It's all yours.
I'm taking it with me.
take it. It's all yours.
Take that.
Thanks, man. Be good, Brian.
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna have one of these mints. You want one of them?
Absolutely.
I'll
Okay.
keep those.
Just
in
a bunch of comedians. Like, by the way, our gangbangs every Wednesday night.
It's Naked Fridays.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Friday.
I don't know what that Naked Fridays meant. I think it was just. Actually, I have no idea, but I started making skits with that, and I learned very quickly, like, if you make something that's good and you show it to people and they laugh, it really feels quite great.
Feeds
And
the ego.
Feeds the ego.
Yeah.
I mean, it all started with me making like some videos that were just brutal and absolutely bombed, and that feeling really made me never
That
want to
destroyed the ego.
Yeah, that destroyed.
You
and then
tried to build the ego up for it to get destroyed.
Yeah, pretty much. So I started doing that, and then I just kind of kept going with it. But only in the last year have I taken it more serious in terms of realizing like I need to figure this out. I want to make this like my career.
Yeah.
So in the last year, I've been more consistent, and then in the last 6 months, of sort of narrowing it down in terms of trying to figure out what works, and then getting some videos that have popped off and work a little bit, just so you kind of start understanding. Okay, I'm capable of making some videos that will reach a larger audience, and the ultimate goal would be to just be earning steady income from doing this, so that you can just fully immerse yourself mentally in this, rather than working and then your spare time doing the skits, because then it's a hobby. So
100%.
that's really what I've been trying to figure out. What kind of videos can I make consistently that will work, and how can I start earning income from it?
Well, I've seen you, you've taken it to a next level, and your consistency and persistency is very impressive, because I don't know, last year, I don't know how often you were posting 2 years ago, but this year you're blasting quality content. You have a studio in your home that you built, which is fire.
In my home.
In your home.
It's an apartment that's essentially just.
Shut up, bro. You live in a penthouse. No. Well,
It's a penthouse.
let's tell people, whoever's watching, he's come to my house. It's penthouse, whatever, 5.
It's a
And I'm
studio
oh
apartment.
shit, he lives in a penthouse. And then I'm pulling up, and it's it's a building. It's one of those.
It's an apartment building.
Yeah. Average building. I'm okay, cool. And you live in an apartment that's called a penthouse.
Yeah.
But your apartment identifies as a penthouse.
Yeah, but you know what? I think the best joke I heard this entire year of any joke from any comedian was this guy who came to my house to, his name is George Rivard, and he came to do some skits, and he came in, I never met him before, and he was like, when you sent me the address and it said penthouse, I was like, oh shit, this guy's in the penthouse?
Yeah.
And then I Google Maps your place and saw the building, and I was like,
It's you live in the hood.
penthouse just means it's the top floor.
Yeah, exactly. It's the top
And I
floor.
was like, it kind of hurt, but then it was also such a primo joke that I loved it. But yeah, my space is just green screen, lights stay set up, camera's always set up, couch is half of it's in my bedroom, half of it's over there, just so that I don't waste any time or any of my excitement to shoot on setting up.
It's impressive, man.
That's what kills the vibe a lot, when you have an idea and you want to shoot something, and then you got to set it all up, and you get these lights and unpacking it, and you got to take it down, and
Yeah.
so
But
It's definitely a deterrent. I used to have that in my apartment when I was living by myself.
You did, yeah.
But it's also, there are days when it's just sitting there, and I'm just living in a studio, messy apartment.
Well, the best part is you can just, since we're all artists, writers, performers, you can just write whatever you want to write on your own. And you do a lot of your content like that. You write your own shit. You just shoot it with a green screen. You can put yourself in any world imaginable, which a lot of people don't really think about. They do it, kids do it on TikTok with the green screen kind of effect, but
sometimes I feel like that, like the user-generated content, like the lower quality stuff, when it's quite obviously green screen effect on the Instagram or TikTok, I sort of feel like people
gravitate
to it and sort of ingest it better. because it's not professional. It's not like, oh, who's this guy I think he's trying to be? What's this thing he's doing? It's just like more of like a level playing field for the viewer and the artist of whatever, you know?
Yeah, I was going to lead into that because it's like, I ask everybody that comes on, because we've had a lot of like comedians and content creators. It's like, how are you navigating the social media space? Because there's one aspect of like, and I know me and you are similar. We want production quality, and we want to make sure, because we come from like a film background, all of us, we want to make sure we have dope quality. And we're also the generation in between the two generations. So it's like, how do you navigate the space of social media content creation between quantity and quality, and also between like different algorithms? What's that process been like for you? Because I know, like, how many views did that relationship video get? Like,
11.5 million.
It's fire. That shit blew up. So it's like, how are you navigating? What are you noticing with the algorithms, with the style of content? How are you shifting and pivoting? What's your process been like in that regard?
Well, I've just been like testing out what time of day and what days work. And I've found one thing recently, like it's a hard fact in my mind now that like, if I put the video out and it doesn't get 1,000 views within like at least 2 hours, it's not going. And another thing I've noticed recently is when I like check out the insights and view like the analytics, it's either getting pushed to my followers or to new followers. And if it gets pushed to new people in the algorithm, then you start racking up views, and that's when you gain new followers and you get a bunch of likes and interactions. But if it only gets pushed to my own followers, which isn't like a ton right now, that's like, then I don't get as many comments, likes, shares, and whatever. So now I'm like, I really feel like a slave to the algorithm. I'm like, I post a video and I'm like, oh, come on, like, is it in, you know? And if you post it a little too late, you're doomed.
Yo, I know we need a getaway driver still. I know we need a getaway driver still. Yo, hold on. Is this your car, fam?
Yeah, yes.
You got a G license?
Yeah, I got a G license.
Okay. Yo, listen, I know we're gonna have to dispose of the body early. Yo, would you say you're good with power tools?
I mean, I do a little bit of garden work.
Okay. I know the Optum are gonna be waiting for us still, so like, I know we can't do the deed. I know.
Excuse me.
We need the next man to end him. Yo, hold on. Would you say you'd be able to hold a 5-pound dumbbell like this for a while?
Like that?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I could, but I do have...
You do like archery and shit? Like you got good aim?
Yeah, I got... All right, you know what? Excuse me. It's got.
Yo, hold on. Yo, we got our shooter locked in still. We're good.
No.
Yo, give me your key. Get in the fucking car. We're good, fam. I got our shooter locked in still. Fucking drive, fam.
If you need to put the seat back, just kind of put your...
I'm good, fam. Just drive the fucking car, fam.
Get your seatbelt on.
No fucking seatbelts. We're in a rush. They're waiting for us.
But the light will go off. Or the
Just
sound.
fucking go, fam.
Okay, chill. Where are we going?
We're going to end a man's life still.
All right, we'll put it in the GPS then.
Just picture Brian alone at night in his penthouse apartment with his dick in his hand and tears running down his face, like looking at the algorithm.
Masturbating to his views?
Yeah, well, like...
Why do you gotta put that in
the
his
views get me hard, right? So
There you go.
get me really excited.
Careful, you're gonna knock that down.
No, it's gonna knock me down.
Just be
Don't
careful.
worry,
Yeah,
the noodles will be fine.
I got it. I got
Oh, you're
my
good.
eyes. I got my feelings.
But I've also learned that there's like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like I'm putting videos out and just hoping and praying. Like I kind of feel like I'm starting to understand it, but like that relationship video I did, it got a lot of views. So I tried to make something that was like nearly identical with the same actor. And we put it out and it got 10,000 views. And we were both kind of like, this doesn't make any sense. Like that's our followers combined. Like it didn't make any sense really. And it got a lot of shares.
Yeah.
You know, and it got a lot of comments.
Yeah.
But it just didn't get many views.
Well,
So there's really no telling what to do. You just got to keep putting videos out.
facts.
And there's no reason why like a video that doesn't do well won't do well later on.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. I've had some banger videos that just never took off. And I know if people saw them. they'd be fire. And then I had some random thing where I put my head to the side, did some trend in 10 seconds and got 7 million views on that. Second highest.
I think when I met you, like whatever it was, like a year or so ago, and I saw your videos and I saw 7 million, like at that time I was like, I just felt so, to get that many views was like, wow,
dude,
I didn't think it would ever happen.
I've been grinding for years to like have certain videos go viral. And like, I shoot some stupid trend for 10 seconds, not giving a fuck, just like my dog's barking. He's got to take a shit. I'm fucking like, okay, let me try this. I have an idea for this trend. And then I fucking do it. It's like, next day, it's like 50,000 views. The second day, like 120,000 views. Like, oh shit, maybe it'll get to 200,000 views and get 250 the next day. Like, holy shit, maybe I get to 300, 500 in like 2 days. I'm like, could I ever get 1 million? Like 2 days later, 1 million. There's just like 2 million, 3 million. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, it's
for
crazy.
This stupid shit. So it's like navigating that space is very strange. But once you kind of build that rapport, and you also like build your audience. Everybody talks about like 1,000 true fans. Once you build 1,000 true fans, you can monetize because people have your back and they like what you do. And, you know, then you're not like a slave to the algorithm anymore.
I definitely have been focusing on just trying to grow an audience because I realized for a long time, I realized that like the followers I had aren't my necessarily fans. They're just people I know that just checking out. They want to know like what you're doing and like, what's this guy up to? And they're kind of like, oh, let's see, is he going to do it? Is he going to make it?
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, it's important to like.
That's me. I'm one of those followers. Is Brian gonna?
Is Brian gonna post it?
No, you dropped a comment today. I was like, sick.
Oh, that
I
was
didn't
last
see what
night.
you
That was
posted.
last night.
Yeah.
What I posted today, I didn't like it.
was-
I didn't really want to put it out, but I just don't care anymore. I'm like,
Posted on the Oklahoma burgers.
Yeah.
Smash burgers.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
who
wait,
was a big
okay,
fan?
I'm confusing.
Did I tell you who's a big fan of his who's never met him?
Who?
Fiona.
Really?
Fiona.
Yeah.
I was chilling.
Like
That's
it.
cool.
I was chilling
Okay.
with Fiona in LA. She's like, you know what's funny? That guy that you did a few videos with, Brian. I'm like, Brian? She's like, I'm a huge fan of his. And Fiona's a famous actress. I'll connect you guys.
Dope.
Let's go.
Fiona, let's connect.
Yeah.
Fiona, do some independent skits with Brian.
Come to Toronto.
Yeah, come to Toronto.
Yeah.
Or we go to LA. Maybe that's better.
Or yeah, that's true. We'll go there.
Yeah.
But when I first started watching your videos, it was I loved the food reviews because it had such a like Rick and Morty kind of like commercial style.
Bro.
I don't know if you ever watched Rick and Morty.
Of course, I love it. Someone who's I got like hater comments on a food review video because they were like, "What's this guy trying to steal Rick and Morty?" And I was like, "What?"
No.
I was like, "I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just like,
I'm not trying.
you make
I
a
am.
comedy
Like,
song
fuck
now.
off.
It's Rick and Morty." But see, well, I liked the food reviews at first a lot more because it was new and I didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't thinking. I was just kind of like letting the jokes do whatever I want. But now I'm understanding that like it's people's businesses. So like any joke you say like could potentially hurt their business.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna get into
You
that.
know, so like if I'm, especially like now I'm sort of I only really go like if I'm invited for the most part because they'll supply the food and at least it's not costing me the food. I don't have to pay for that. But then like if they're giving something, then I feel like I can't make jokes that I want to make. So I always have to like give it a few days and like review the video again and be like, yeah, should I make that joke?
You were first a slave to the algorithm. Now you're a slave to the reviews.
Yeah.
Well, no, to the reputation
I'm
of the,
being
of the
No, you're
victimized.
promoting.
restaurant.
So how are you leveraging, creating funny, engaging content, promoting a business, and also giving an honest review? Those are three completely different things, right?
I guess I make the video, I just do and say what I want, and then I try to give it a few days and review it. And I usually ask myself this question now with any video, which is, what am I saying? You know? Like I'll just say like, what am I saying?
Yeah.
So if you just like put it down to a very literal sense, like what is this joke implying?
Yeah.
Whatever. So like it could be for skits or anything. What am I saying? And then if I'm saying that I am this or this, and it's like it's not negative, or I'm saying that their food is, like I did a food review where they had asked, like I edited this video.
Trash.
Well, I made a bunch of jokes because this guy was. I edited the video. Then the marketing guy texted me and he's like, "Hey, the owner decided he doesn't want to be in the video," and that was when I was kind of like taking photos with the owners and like talking a bit about them as well. And so I cut out a chunk of the video that was saying nice things about this guy and his business. But then I didn't feel like trying to make some new nice stuff, so I just like threw in some clips and made some jokes. And I made jokes about the menu because the menu had like seagulls and stuff on it. And then I made jokes about that. But then the first comment on the video was like, "Oh, I'd love to go here and eat some of that seagull meat." You know? And then I was like, okay, so that joke was like, they serve seagull meat here.
Yeah.
And then I realized like, it's this business. And I didn't hear from that business for like, you know, like a solid 5 days.
Yeah.
You know, and then they were like, "Nah, we're cool with the jokes, but like you might have wanted to put some more nice things about the restaurant."
It's tough.
You know?
I think you should just become a savage, like the Simon Cowell. How do you say his last name?
Simon
Cowell?
Cowell, yeah.
Yeah, of like food review content, and just be like, "It's garbage," like XM. Like,
Yeah, I don't
like,
want to be mean though.
no, you don't want to be mean. I'm just trolling. But like, I think in general, like, you want to be honest while being nice, while being funny, and I think it takes time to figure out like what that fusion is. And at a certain point, I think the honesty has to be like,
Yeah.
because then you get respect, because people will be like, okay, like, you know, this is a big time guy. We want to impress him.
Yeah.
So you just go in and you're like,
Yeah.
3 out of 5.
I'm trying to like understand this space anyway, because I just was like hungry for videos.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I need videos. Like, I don't want to do skits on green screen every day. So I was like, sure, food review videos. Why not? It gets me out of the house and I'm not like alone in my
Please
apartment.
tell the story about the guys in the park who tried the. Please tell
Okay,
us the
we
story.
can get to that.
It's fucking hilarious.
I don't even remember what I was just saying 10 seconds ago and where I was going. I actually don't. So should we transition into that then?
Yeah. So you had a run in with a certain situation.
Yeah. So like, I did this video for this Indian restaurant. They had messaged me and were like, "Hey, we saw your videos. Some of your videos getting good views and it helps the business. Would you come help our new business?" And I was like, "For sure." And I felt like Keith Lee or someone like that super famous food review guy. And I was like, "I'm gonna go help this business."
Yeah.
But then it's like sort of like certain things were just kind of throwing the day off. Just like, I won't get into the specifics, but I didn't really want to go anymore and do it. And when I got there, like the energy was kind of strange. And I was like, I didn't know what to do for the video, like what to do to fill up time. So I got the food and I went into this park down the street where it was in Oakville. And I was on the lake. I set up all this food and I'm setting up my camera and there's these 2 men. Do I have to get into specifics of like, I guess there were 2 Indian men. I guess it'll help the story a little bit. But so they were just like starting to like walk around and started like floating and lingering and they kept like looking at my stuff and I was like what are these people?
You were alone.
I was alone and I had all this food, like this big platter of food set up.
Damn.
And then I was like, maybe I can get these guys to be in the video, right? So I was like, "You guys want some food?" And they're like, "Oh, no. I'm like, "Of course you do. Like, come on over here, get some food." And they're like, no thanks. And they start like kind of like floating and hovering. I'm like, "Just get in the video, eat some food, but I got to film you. Can I film you?" And they're like, "For sure." And I got them on camera saying like I could film them. And I was like, "Here, eat a samosa." And these guys, like, they take a samosa and they start dipping it in this sauce. I had all these sauces set up and they take a bite and they're like playing it up for the camera, you know, they're like, "Ooh, yes, ooh," and like eating it and like doing all this stuff. And I was like, this is gold material. I was loving it. I was filming it. I was like so happy. And then they start like double dipping into the sauces and going back into it and then triple dipping. And then I was like,
They just turned
they're like
gluttonous.
just savage on these sauces. And then I'm like, I can't eat these sauces. So I'm like filming that. And then I'm filming myself like, yo, this is like getting out of hand. And they're like eating it and giving me some good stuff. But then later, you know, so they decided to leave. Like they ate the samosas and they were like, okay, we're gone. And I was like, great, I have something. I was excited. I have something now for the video.
Yeah.
To give me something to talk about. And then like 30 minutes later, I'm like eating the food. And then like I hear some car and I look over and these guys are like pulled back up in their car and like they're walking out and they look like Bollywood stars, like with these glasses and cool shirts, and they're like walking over and they don't even say anything to me. They just like go straight for my drink And they start like looking at it and asking me where I got it and like touching all the food and like.
Wait, their boys pulled up?
No, this is the same two guys, the same two men. They came
pulled
back.
Up, they came back to have more food.
They came back to like find out where I got the food and investigate it further. But they didn't even look at me. They just went straight for like the stuff and started grabbing everything. You know, like grabbing the drink and touching it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and I was filming it because I was like, what? This is so bizarre.
But
I was like, this is gold material. I'm like, this is amazing. I was so excited.
Yeah.
And I was just like standing there like, this is so, like, cause it was like two mob guys. I came and they touch on my stuff. They're like, great, thanks. And they drive away.
What?
Indian mob.
So I edit this video and I put it on TikTok.
Dude, when I saw that video, I was dying. I'm like, who are these random fucking guys just like eating everything behind you? I'm just like, what are you, like pay these guys or something?
I don't really like the video itself. Like it was kind of when I was like being too selly. You know?
Yeah.
So I made this joke in the video. I was like, so these two guys came out of nowhere and stole my samosas. And, you know, and they were double dipping, triple dipping, really going to town on my sauces. But they approve and I approve. And then I made some other comments. And then I said they came back and they went straight for my lassi, which is like the Indian drink.
Yeah.
And then I said they like got in their car and skated off like villains or something. But so I post this video and it starts racking up views. On TikTok, I don't know, I got like 60,000 like pretty quickly.
Nice.
And then I saw this comment on there and it had tons of comments about these guys. And this girl commented, she's like, that's literally my uncle and my stepdad or like something.
No.
Like that's my brother-in-law and my uncle. And I was I thought that was a joke, and it got a bunch of views and I got some views on Instagram. And then like, I think it was Sunday morning at like 11 a.m. I get this phone call. And from a blocked number, and I usually would never answer, but I like pick it up and I'm like, hello, and it's like, is this Brian Herzog? I'm like,
Oh hell no!
I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, you have made a fool of me on the internet. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, you have made a joke of me. Take your video down. I was like, I'm sorry, who is this? You know, I was just like, kind of like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on here? He's like, my name is so and so. You have made jokes of me in your video.
Yeah.
I'm like, what video are you talking about? Because I never put people in the videos. And he's like, your video for the Avani bowls and rolls. You've made jokes of me. My family is laughing at me. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? He's like, I'm high up in the real estate world. And people are calling me and asking me why I'm stealing samosas in the park. And I was like, oh, you're the guy. Oh, okay. What? It's a joke, man. He's like, it's not a joke to me. I'm trying to do like a non-Indian
accent.
Yeah.
But it was really funny.
Dude, well, maybe he should have fucking thought about that when he said, yeah, you can film me with a stranger in a park doing a fucking food review. Secondly,
Yeah, but he never knew he was gonna blow up like that.
well, that's not
what we
his
gotta
problem.
think about now.
So
That's what you
like
gotta think
apparently
about.
he's like tells me he's high up in the real estate world,
So,
Yeah.
in the corporate world, and he can't have this video going around because people are sending it to him one after another, asking him why you're in the park stealing samosas and drinks. And
well, he was.
And then he was like, I want you to take the video down. I was like, oh, bro, but it's already got like 100K views, man. He's like, you must take it down. I was like, oh, it's gonna kill my views, man. I need those likes right now. But then he got pretty stern, and
What'd he say?
well, he was just like, I want you have to take this video down. Like, I want you to do it right now, and I want you to tell me when it's done. Call me when it's done. And I was like, dude, I got to think about it. and then I thought, you know what? Like, I'm not trying to make enemies, and like this guy sounded like
Spiteful.
he sounded really like he sounded pretty pissed, and
I feel like you could have struck some deal where he like helps you like with some real estate deals.
well, it's funny because that's part of the story is coming up. But
Okay.
all of a sudden I was like, wait, how did you get my phone number? I was like, how did you even get my phone number, dude?
That was the
And he's
worst.
like, the Avani people gave it to me. I shouldn't have dropped I don't know if I should at any point here should have dropped the business.
well, too bad.
But
Listen, they shouldn't have given your number to a fucking stranger.
that's what I was like.
That's so fucking wrong, man.
That's when I was like, you know what? That's like totally like at least. So he called them and was like demanding that they call me, or then they just gave out my phone number, and so that was kind of like really pissed me off because it's like at least text me and be like, this guy's gonna call you,
Yeah.
or call him. Like I just got ambushed by
No.
this pissed off man, from a blocked phone number.
AngryIndianDudes.com. He's
You
featured on that
should
site
call
too.
Ivani and been like, "What's his number?"
Yeah, find
Now
out
you
his
have his
number and
number.
find out his address, and maybe put a little trap to get back at him. Put some samosas in front of his house to be like, "Hey, don't touch
A deadfall.
bro."
But
We got you again.
you know, so I decided I was like, you know what, I'll take the video down. But at that time, I didn't realize you can just archive videos. So like I deleted the video, and like that definitely affected my TikTok for like a month, I feel like, because as soon as I deleted that video, no video I posted had any views for like a month. But I told him, I was like, okay, I deleted it. Then he calls me back like 10 minutes later. He's like, hey, you know, I gotta say that the video was very good. It was a very good video, and maybe you could help me shoot some real estate videos. And I was like, what? Like, what are you I was like, dude, what are you serious? He's like, yeah, you know, I need lots of videos and maybe you could help me. So like, what would your price be? And I was like, what kind of videos? I was like, I don't know, dude. I'll think about it. But you know what? It was great in the call because he was like so pissed. He's like, you said that I came back and grabbed your drink. And I was like, you did come back. You did do all these
You
things.
did eat all my food randomly while I was sitting in a park alone, eating and filming a video.
So you did go to town on those sauces, bro.
But
You did double dip into
Wait, if I rewind on the story, you were like, "Come, like eat." You
I invited them to come.
You invited them, but
And
they
I-
were hovering.
Oh, they were totally like floating around. It's like these guys just standing there, just chilling.
Guys, just come in the
Safari.
podcast.
Yes, have
That's
the
what I mean.
donuts. Have the
Steve.
donuts.
Eat the donuts.
So, but like, and I made jokes, but it was just so obviously jokes, you know?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like these guys, you know, but I realized that like people can't take jokes and no one can be the butt of a joke.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like in their culture, like if like that just works for them. So I decided, you know what, I'm not trying to make enemies here. And I took the video down, and now I don't want people in the videos.
You should have told him to go fuck himself. And then you should have started a war with him. Samosa war.
It felt like, honestly, like I was kind of laughing it off at first, but then I was like, this guy's serious.
Yeah, wait, you don't have his number, eh? It was blocked.
No,
That's
but
hilarious.
But like he's big in the real estate world.
so
So
big
he's like
in the
high
real
up.
estate world.
He's like, I'm high up in corporate real estate world. And but like, it's just so great.
He's
the people
so
were
high
like,
up, he's hovering around, fucking looking to eat people's food in Oakville parks. Like,
shooting him this message. Yo, is this you? Are you stealing these things? At the very least, these guys looked so cool. They had like such cool shades on, and one guy did have these tattoos on his hand that, like, honestly, they look like gang tattoos. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know, I was trying to look at like I don't remember. I think it was an M. It was like right here, you know.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was like
Murder.
I don't know,
And
like
for murder.
I was looking up online. I was like, what does M stand for? Because like any movie that I know of, you know, like Scarface and Blood In, Blood Out, there's always like they always have a tattoo like right here,
Oh yeah.
and it always means like something, or it could have meant nothing, but it seemed like a random place to have it. But I was like, you know what? On to the next video. I knew the video had like sort of like a bad energy right off the jump.
yeah.
So
Dirty.
Oh.
that's that. It was a pretty funny thing.
Thank you.
Up, you're smart. Up. Ay, really. Ooh! Oof, it's so fucking hot. Hey, baby, come here. Come here. Come.
What's up, fellas?
What's your name?
Oh, hey, how you doing? I'm Brad from Kansas.
Brad. You're a beautiful woman.
Do you go by Bretolino?
No, it's just Brad. I'm a man.
Man,
You have long hair.
Oh,
you have very long hair.
you like that? Yeah, that's 20 years growth, fellas.
You want to come over? We have smoke, we have drink, we have food, we have cocaine.
Sounds like a nice invitation, but you know, I think I'll pass. I got some work to do.
Oh, we really want to show you a good time.
Yes.
It'll be a good time?
Yes.
What the hell?
Hey, come.
I'm just kidding. You guys are wackos. I'm out of here.
Hey, really.
Okay. Oh.
I ask everybody this because we have artists on the show. Like, what do you do to pay the bills if the content is not full time yet?
For a long time, I've worked with a casting agency, shooting auditions. So I do that part time for for the first years that I was doing that, I was like very full time, and now I'm just trying to dial it back just so I can mentally be a bit more immersed in what I'm doing. And sort of as I'm pulling back on that, I'm starting to get more opportunities, getting paid for some of the food videos. I've done some small brand collaboration things, which haven't been like big paydays, but is sort of exciting to finally like just get that because you see it on Instagram,
100%.
paid partnership, and you're like, how do you get that?
Yeah.
How much money are you getting?
Yeah.
That sounds cool and fun.
Yeah.
And so it's
Wait,
kind of,
so how much money are you getting?
I'm not going to tell you that. Enough that it was worth doing the videos,
Yeah.
but it really comes down to like how many followers you have and how many views you get.
Yeah.
'Cause that's-
Engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like going back to what you were saying before about quality and versus quantity, it doesn't really matter how great your video is. Is it getting views? Are the eyeballs seeing it? Because what I learned working with this marketing agency to do some paid collaborations was that's what matters to them. They have a viral ability, like Excel spreadsheet, and they just input the numbers.
Yeah.
And then it spits out a viral ability factor
Yeah.
for you, and that's how much they'll pay you.
Facts.
So like at the end of each video, I had to send them a little chart that said how many views did it get, likes, shares, comments, how many saves, all that kind of stuff over the platforms. And like then that really like kind of it hurts because you're like, this one got 10,000 views, and they're like, what happened? You know?
But it grows with time. Like, like is it 10,000 within the first week, month, within
Campaigns.
Like
They
you
have
get paid
campaigns.
more as like it like a sort of what's the thing when you have like a percentage of a movie and then you're making
Royalty.
residuals.
Residuals.
Yeah.
I think that might work. That as far as I know, like if they want to run the ad again, like if they want to promote it again, maybe they'd pay you again. But right now, I haven't really focused on like trying to like earn. I don't want to be like I'm trying to make money as my sole thing. I'm trying to make good videos and gain followers and just feel good about what I'm doing to kind of just to like boost my confidence, you know, because it does affect you when you're like putting out videos into the friggin' the universe.
Yeah.
The ether, you know, and it's just like, how about this one? It's like, you know, how about this one? And you get no echo back. And you're like,
I worked on this one for months.
yeah.
300 views.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just had a video that I worked on kind of almost I had it done fairly quick, but I kept it in the bag for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I kept making tweaks and editing things, and I put it out, and it got like, I don't know, 4,000 views, and it hurt. Like it really hurt. Because I was like, oh man, that cost me thousands of dollars.
How do you leverage doing it for yourself and doing it to get views? What is the ratio there? What is the energy dispersion?
I think it's now I just have to make sure that I'm just making videos for me and making videos for other people. But ultimately, making it for other people is like making it for yourself, because you feel good when you get a video that gets some views or gets interaction. The interaction is what I like more than the view number, because who knows if you get some views, like does that mean anything? Did you gain anything? Did people interact with your video? Did you gain any followers? So
do you find that doing that, you're chasing something that you'll never attain then?
yeah, definitely.
Because we all kind of want, you know, we all kind of want the views, we all want the money, we all want the attention. But if you're doing it mainly for others and not for your satisfaction, do you feel that will ultimately not lead to fulfillment?
I would say that's definitely like the case with some of the food review videos, is because I'm driving to a place. It could take me an hour to get there. I got to film this video, drive home an hour. It costed me $20 in gas, plus my time for that day. Then I got to spend a day editing this video, and I got to come up with jokes and make it great. And it's like a puff piece for a business.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I don't really get a bunch of followers or something from that, then it's like I've done all that, put all that energy into this person's business. And so that's what I keep trying to ground myself in. It's time to be a bit more selfish and focus on myself rather than spending your day to do something else for somebody else. It's like helping somebody move.
Yeah.
If you spend your whole day helping someone move, they're like, oh, thanks so much, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Have a good one. And you're like, I just lost a day. Like, do they even appreciate it? You know what I mean? So
In one sense, you lost a day, but you also like gained something by doing it, and you got another thing. You leveled up in a certain way, where you consciously thinking back, like say, you might not have done it looking back, but the fact that you did it, you gained more experience by doing it. So.
Yeah. I actually forgot what the initial question was.
I have one question
I do, yeah.
that you will hate.
Oh, let's get it.
What are your hobbies outside of content creation?
Why would I hate that question?
Because I know that's all you do.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd say like motorcycling around.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, nice.
Like I got an enduro. So it's like a dirt bike with 50-50 tires. Actually, now I think they're like 60-40 tire,
Yeah.
But so I do that. Like I go for good rips, and I got all these spots in the city where I can take it like off road and like parks where there's no one really around, and just like shred on these wood chip paths around these big parks at night, like at 2 a.m, just like,
Wow.
I go to nice neighborhoods.
Film that, bro.
I thought about it. I'd like to incorporate that into new content, videoing, like through the city, the different neighborhoods and all the crazy stuff you see. But that's definitely a hobby of mine, just to like rip down to the lake. I got a route, and on it, you go by Drake's house, and there's always some crazy stuff going on there. But that neighborhood, I love to just shred and just like
You should
make lots of
shred in
noise.
front of Drake's house and just wait for him.
No, I wouldn't do that. But I've definitely ripped like right by the security guards, and like try to give them a little bit of a show because they're standing there probably 24 hours a day.
Interesting.
I don't know, like hobbies though. Like I'd make videos. I work, go for the motorcycle rides.
Naked Fridays with your friends.
Yeah. I don't really. I'll go for like a walk, hit the gym. Like
Fire.
I don't know. I don't really have.
I didn't know about the motorcycles. I didn't know you have a motorcycle. Like you've had
Yeah, you
this
never
the
see
whole
me
time?
post that?
I don't think.
Pretty
so.
wicked. Maybe I got a photo right here. Nope. Actually, you know what I wanted to say before? Oh, here it is.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, check that out.
Damn.
With the green screen stuff, I had a green screen for so long and I forgot about it. And then it was seeing all these other creators like Nima, seeing him. I remember like when I first started following him and he was always posting these green screen things. I was like, I got a green screen. Why am I not doing this? This like opens up an entire new world
Yeah.
of video making,
Yeah.
So that's when I started doing more of that.
That's fire, bro.
It is. And it's only a 250cc. So like, there's no like
but they're
real,
powerful. 250 is a lot.
it's all like, there's no real like, I'm going to go smash into a wall or like crash and die.
Do you do jumps and stuff or?
So I like pop off speed bumps.
Yeah.
And I'll get the wheel up maybe like half a foot.
Yes.
But now I'm thinking about longevity of my body, so I don't.
Nah.
No more time for like.
You're already
that's just
11
fun.
teen, so
I don't even know what age is that.
Yeah.
11 teen.
110 years old.
I don't want to get hurt,
No, I feel you.
So like, I just feel like old. I'm like, you wake up and you have a sprained wrist. You're like, how did that even happen?
Dude, my neck has been mashed for 6 months. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting an MRI soon.
You got to get a neck cloud. It's this thing. You lay your head on it and it like stretches your neck out. I got one. It's done.
Oh, that's cool.
It's done wonders for my own neck.
Is that the
Okay,
one
we're
you put on
gonna
the
we're gonna
doorknob?
talk neck soon. We're gonna talk neck.
I've seen
but,
those videos.
Oh, they're good.
In terms of like dealing with hate on the internet, how do you?
You know what? To be honest, I haven't really got that much direct hate.
The Toronto Man skit got some hate. That was
I got some
hilarious.
hate, but like I wasn't really in that skit that much.
Some
It's not even really hate.
Some liberal white lady. It's always those ones, She called him she said that he was doing blackface because
No, not me. The other guy,
Well,
Joe.
they were doing blackface. Well, it was
And
his
Andrew.
skit, but like they were doing blackface because they talk like Toronto mans. And I'm like, yeah, Toronto man slang comes from, Caribbean mixed with a little bit of East African, that just like London slang, but like kids grow up, we're the most multicultural city in the world. I seen Arab kids talk that way, white kids talk that way. It just depends on where they grew up. Now it's a farce.
Yeah.
because you got Six Buzzing, you got like social media turning it into something that's kind of like a caricature of itself.
Yeah.
Because I hear people don't talk like that. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, I grew up
in Toronto.
I grew up in Toronto. Like, I have friends that talk that way, depending on the area, depending on like where they come from. But I've seen kids from every race talk that way, depending on where they grew up. Now you have little kids, like white kids in Oakville, talking that way because they think it's cool. I don't know, like why you want to talk like a Toronto man, like to the extreme, you know. Now it's become like this, like there's like a nasally fucking pitch that we talk as in Toronto. That I kind of talk about it like it's like God created the Toronto man accent, and then it just like, how did it happen? He took a rat and he stuck a fucking a thing up its ass and impaled it, and you hear nyah. So it's like I don't know.
What happened?
I don't want to talk shit about Toronto slang because I talk Toronto slang here and there. I got queefsy, but like in general, like
it's the farce.
I make a farce. I make it into an extreme, but like calling somebody blackface for talking Toronto slang is a heavy accusation.
And there was no like face
This
paint
woman
or
got
anything.
creamed on here. Like we posted a video and this woman posted this comment, and I didn't know how to deal with hate comments at that point. My Andrew
He's too
Oporto
nice.
in the video was like, let the internet come to our defense. Always let the internet do it, because you want interaction and people,
that's
you
true.
want the comments and the sub comments. So like people just creamed this woman, and they like it's got like hundreds and hundreds of comments of people just like ripping this woman to shreds. And people have gone to her page and ripped her on her own page. And I never understood why this woman left this comment thread on there. But
She was savagely hating. It was like a skit about Timmy's, and like two Toronto men are fighting over like the donuts or something, or some stupid shit, bro.
yeah, it's pretty stupid.
And like Andrew couldn't really nail the accent, which made it like cringe, but even funnier. So it's like it was a little cringe, but it was funny because it was just like,
Who cares though?
it was
you know?
just a thing in passing, and then she just went nuts. So I don't know. So
I don't get that much hate.
you don't get that much hate. No, you're a nice guy. You care
I don't
about
know.
people.
Like I think that kind of haters that I have and have had are like the quiet, behind the scenes blessing blockers, as they call them. Like just doing and saying things behind the scenes to try to prevent good things from happening to you. So
That's true.
it's hard to like know what's going on with that. You just got to kind of stay rocking forward. And I've come to invite any comment, because even like a year ago I was getting no comments on videos, and that hurts more than someone being like, you suck and you're ugly. So like if you drop some hate, it's all I look at now is the numbers. Like, okay, it's got some comments.
Yeah.
It's all, because nobody wants to comment in a video that has no comments. That's what I find. So like if I'm scrolling through and I see a video and there's no comments on it, I'm kind of like, I don't know. This guy's definitely gonna read whatever I write.
Yeah.
So,
but my question is, that one that got the lady with the hate,
The heavy
and the
accusation.
thread underneath, does that boost?
oh,
it?
definitely, yeah. Because the algorithm doesn't know what people are saying. It just knows that like there's
People are
comments
talking,
and interaction between people.
Yeah. So I feel like that's a technique, is like you create like a bot account and you say something like controversial.
Yeah.
You post, I don't know.
I got a bunch of YouTube accounts and I'll comment on my own videos.
Do you do that?
Yeah, just to get things going. You know?
Yeah.
3:30 a.m. on a Wednesday night. Brian's just all right. Got to log back into my 7th account.
No, it's easy. Just like switch account in the top right. Switch account. Boop. LOL. Switch account, or like LOL. Ding ding. So.
Dope, man. Well, thanks for coming on. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Don't try to please people too much. Stay true to yourself. That's my advice. And you're funny, so keep it going, bro.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
TTYL.
Just TTYL him in non-text
Guy's got the hugest
form.
legs I've ever seen. Eh?
Non-text
I
form.
lost weight.
No, they're just big.
Yeah. TTYL as well.
TTYL.
TTYL.